coming to you today from Tampa, and I want to share with you a challenge I hope you will join me on over the next few days. I am part of a program, a transformational program called TCP. It's run by an amazing leader named Jim Fortin. Got an amazing podcast. I highly recommend it for you who are looking to up-level and change your life from the inside out by who you're showing up and who you're being versus your effort and what you're doing. I love Jim's program. One of the challenges he's given to us in the group is what he calls the comfort zone challenge. And it is designed for you to take a tangible action that is way outside your comfort zone and to watch what happens. Now, some of the comfort zone challenges are I've seen people who have been in a shopping mall and just laid down on the floor just to see what the reaction of people would be. There was a woman who went without doing her, styling her hair and makeup for a week. There was another member of the group that went to a very expensive jewelry store and tried on several amazing pieces of jewelry that were all 5 figures or 6 figures. Different things that people are doing, and they're watching what happens. The lady that was in the mall and who laid there, some people engaged her and asked her what she was doing, and other people ignored her. But she said how freeing it was not to be worried about what other people think about you. In one of Jim's comments, one of the things he does in his program, he references this on a podcast episode too, where he shows a clip of Elvis singing in a live setting, where and this song actually won him his last significant recording award, a Grammy, for this album. It was a gospel album towards the end of his life. And it just shows a YouTube video of Elvis performing this live. And he asks a simple question: so what do you think of this? And people comment and write all these things, positive and negative, about this video. And at the end of it, Jim says something to the effect of, Elvis has been off this earth for 41 years. He's gone to the other side 41 years ago, and yet people still judge him. He's an international icon, beloved by millions and millions, and he's been gone from the planet for 4 decades, and people are still judging him. And his point is that you're going to be judged, especially if you have an impact in the world. And it doesn't define you. It shouldn't affect you, because we have been uniquely gifted, imbued with God's fingerprint and plan upon our life, and nobody else can derail that. His will happen. So I had this distinction yesterday as well, that I've been using my weight to hide. Now, this is the insanity of our mindset sometimes. When I was a teenager, I had a really dramatic growth spurt, and I was so much taller than the other kids. And yet, as I gained weight, somehow I felt like I fit in better. I didn't stand out as much. Now that is insanity. I'm still 6'7". I'm still towering over these kids, but I didn't look as tall when I carried more weight on my frame somehow. The complete opposite, right? Being a bigger person, you're somehow invisible. That is insanity. Well, in the same way, I've been hiding the assets that I have, the experience that I have in serving startup business owners. I didn't think about this until yesterday, until I was challenged by a mentor of mine. He said, "So tell me about your business career." "Oh, I've been a CEO since age 30. That's several decades now. I've had 2 startups, one that got well into the multi-7 figures. "Okay, how'd you do that?" "It was a 3-step process, boom, boom, boom." And he's like, he says to me, "Wow, I had no idea that's what you had done in your career. And, I'm trying to start my business, and what you just described would really help me. So how can we work together?" And I have been preparing myself for months now to launch a business consulting and mentoring practice, and yet really had been hiding behind getting ready and getting ready and getting ready and getting ready and getting all the techniques and funnels and websites and everything else. And if I look back on my coaching journey so far, the clients that I've signed up have not come from any of those traditional marketing approaches. They've seen me show up on these videos with you, and they saw in me something I didn't see. And now it's up to me to stop hiding and start sharing and start serving. So my challenge to myself today is I'm going to do several outreach calls to people in my circle with this new epiphany about my season as a CEO, and how I can, and really the distinctive technique that really got that business into multi-6 figures very quickly was surrounding myself with some people who pre-purchased a service that we co-created together. I raised $250,000 from in this multi-million-dollar venture. I enrolled almost a dozen beta clients. These were businesses who needed something that I could help them get. They couldn't do it independently. They pooled their money, all very different sizes of organization. They pooled their money, and then we co-created it. That $250,000 gave us a tremendous runway and capability to put some things in place. And because they had their fingerprints all over the design of it, they became the best salespeople. So within a year, the $250,000 a year business was over $1 million, because those beta clients were the best salespeople. So I'm going to be launching a new group beta program for business growth. It's called Multipliers. Going to be hand-selected group of a handful of business owners who are ready to multiply their impact, their eternal impact and their global impact in terms of their business. It's going to be a ridiculously low price for 4 months of group and individual coaching, plus some of the best tools that I've used in growing personal as well as corporate businesses. So, no more hiding from me. I'm stepping out and starting this. Going to make some outreach calls. And my question for you is, what action are you going to take today to just get outside of your comfort zone? Your future exists just across that imaginary boundary. And as business leaders, this is a skill we must master, because each level of our business requires us to step across that imaginary boundary again and again and again and again. And I believe our businesses help us in personal growth and development as much or more than any other thing we'll do in life. It has been the singular most formative season of my career, of my life, being in a startup role. I'll save that story for another one, in terms of how my plans and what my results were completely two different things, and it showed me that only God could deliver that experience. It was not my intent. It was something completely outside of what I had planned. And yet, I reached the same goal line in a completely different way. So, are you going to lie down in the mall? Are you going to test drive that dream sports car? Are you going to ask that person out on a date? Are you going to make the phone call to the person who needs support, and even if it's not you, you're going to refer them to somebody great in your network? Let's all take a step across that imaginary boundary and see where life takes us. With that, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon.